The world is changed. I feel it in the water. I feel it in the earth. I smell it in the air. Much that once was is lost, and all now live to remember it. It started from the War of the Rings, when we were forced to spend on weapons and defense. Since then, we have been spending more than we receive through tax revenue, rebuilding the cities the orcs have destroyed, and restoring our lives back to normal. To make up for this shortfall, our government has been borrowing from the dwarves. As we borrowed more and more over the years, our debt has mounted, along with interest to be paid. The War of the Rings thus landed us in a situation of chronic debt, and hence our debate on the need for austerity measures.
Austerity measures are policies implemented by governments to reduce debt to more manageable levels. They do so by reducing government expenditure and increasing government revenue. Specifically, to reduce government expenditure, we have public sector cuts in defense, education, and healthcare sectors, as well as privatizing these firms. To increase government revenue, direct taxes will rise, and so will indirect tax. Now Thranduil will present his stand on behalf of the Elves of Mirkwood.
We, the Mirkwood Elves, will not accept the austerity measures, as it is undesirable for economic growth, inflation rates, and unemployment levels. Firstly, there will be a large contraction in the economy due to the reverse multiplier effect. When government spending falls, the elves working for the government will have lower wages. They will then consume less goods and services. The elves that provide these goods and services will in turn earn less income, leading to even more cycles of reduced consumption. Thus, there is a more than proportionate decrease in aggregate demand, leading to a large decrease in gross domestic product. Hence, although debt also decreases, the debt to GDP ratio is still high. Thus, austerity actually hurts the economy. With the fall in national income, there is a fall in demand. Less output is needed, and hence less labor is needed to produce the output. This results in retrenchment, increasing our unemployment rate. There are also public sector cuts in education, healthcare, and defense. These, combined with an increase in taxes, limits the elves' ability to afford a better standard of living. In the long run, a decrease in funds for education can also result in an unskilled workforce. This will decrease productive capacity, as there is no potential growth. Even if actual growth takes place, there cannot be sustained economic growth, but only more inflationary pressures as companies compete for resources. Hence, most paradoxically, austerity measures could end up worsening the economy instead, and that is the stand of the Elves of Mirkwood.
We of Rivendell strongly disagree and support the implementation of austerity measures. Privatization of some industries will lead to less burden on the government, as the state does not need to pay to keep industries up and running. Competition created by privatization will also force companies to cut costs and be more productive, increasing productive efficiency. This will lower the cost of production as well as increase productive capacity, as more can be produced per unit labour, resulting in both potential growth and actual growth. In the long run, the elves and the dwarves will have more confidence in our economy as our debt shrinks substantially over the years. Hence, the elves are likely to spend more on goods and services, resulting in a rise in autonomous consumption. For the same reason, the dwarves will also be more likely to invest in us. This will boost our aggregate demand and result in large actual growth. Therefore, although we may have to suffer in the short run, austerity measures will help our economy to grow in the long term, possibly leading to a higher standard of living for future generations. Hence, we are for austerity measures.
Lady Galadriel, your decision?
Here is my law.
One law to rule them all. One law to find them. One law to bring